He's here with what's played out in global markets and some global comments. Sneh.
Absolutely, Harsh. Morning, and thanks for that. Let's take a look at what the global handover is looking like, and absolutely weak. Let's first take a look at some of the big talking points. Of course, the fall in U.S. markets, 100 days of the Iran war, the escalation, or rather the re-escalation that's once again begun between Iran and Israel. On the back of that, what's happening to global markets as well as commodities like oil. The OPEC outcome is also at play. Hotter than expected U.S. job reports that have kept the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield above 4.5%. These are all the talking points that we're going to be speaking of. Let's start by taking a look at the U.S. markets. Big cuts on Friday across Wall Street. Nasdaq was as low as 4%. Slightly more than that, you had the Dow and S&P also that have seen massive cuts. A bunch of reasons why Nasdaq has seen such a big cut is the street believes that the AI tech bubble is finally. You've seen a lot of rapid tech names that were sold into Intel, Micron. These are some of the names that have seen cuts as much as 8 to 13%. So big tech rout on Wall Street. And remember, on Friday, Kospi also saw a very big tech-led selling. The other reason why Nasdaq was under pressure is because of the SpaceX IPO that's going to be opening up next week. More than $1 trillion in valuation. Investors seem to be making space for that in their portfolio, which is sucking out all the liquidity from the market. And that's the reason why we've seen massive cuts on Wall Street. Other than that, if you take a look at the US VIX on Friday was up 40%, and that is something that you really need to be watching out for. It's crossed that 21 level, 21.5 is where it is. So big jump coming in on the US VIX as well. This broad end of the market, Russell 2K was lower by 3.5%. And of course, the US 10-year index continues to be above 4.5% on the back of much hotter than expected payrolls data for the month gone by. Shifting focus to Europe, mixed trade on Friday. Europe was largely untouched by everything that was happening globally. So the impact of that, all of that playing out will be seen on Europe later today. Stock 600 was flat, DAX was down 7/10, FTSE was flat, CAC also not much pressure seen. Let's talk about Asia. Big slides this open. In fact, trading in South Korea has been halted because the circuit, the lower circuit for that market has been broken. It's at a 9% cut right now, and that's where trading is halted for South Korea. Other than that, you've got cuts on Shanghai, on Hang Seng. Nikkei is one of the biggest losers, about a 4% cut over there as well. In terms of commodities, oil is on the boil once again on the back of geopolitical tensions flaring up. Despite having OPEC hiking its output by 188,000 barrels, you've got Brent and WTI. Both of them are up between 2.5% and 3%. And Brent is now above 95 at $96 a barrel. The big update is that Iraq has temporarily closed its airspace and they've suspended air navigation due to reasons related to public safety of air traffic. So that is something that you need to be watching out for. And to quickly wrap it up, let's just take a look at what Trump has had to say about all of this. He's saying that he's close to a deal with Iran, and everything that's happened so far this morning in terms of the geopolitical escalation will not weigh on the deal. That will not weigh on his calculus that he has for the deal with Iran. He says the deal could take place as soon as Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday now that all of this has taken place. He's saying Iranian strikes have not hurt anybody. Hopefully, Israel is not going to retaliate. He says he's already spoken to Israel and he calls all the shots, and Netanyahu will not be calling all the shots, and he will have no option but to accept the deal. That's the word coming in from Donald Trump. He has said to Iran that he still wants a negotiated solution, and he said that enough with all the missile shootings. That's the word coming in from Trump, and in fact, he's spoken a whole lot about interest rates as well and the action that he expects to see on that front. Listen in.